Hi, I'm Ashley. I'm from Prudential and I have been in the industry for 3 years. I think my business was in a mess. I was just very lost, I feel. Yeah, like no structure, no confidence. And I think at that period of time, I was very stuck because COVID hit. I used to canvas. All those activities were halted. I kind of like resorted to buying lead, but it wasn't sustainable, like emotionally and financially. Like it's just very taxing lah. Yeah. And I think back then things were very slow because I didn't know how to position myself correctly. So I will still go out and meet friends and stuff, right? But insurance never came up. Then it always felt very awkward to like breach the topic. Back then also like I had actually started with like 2XYC. So I was like going through the modules and stuff. I was like beginning to set up my social media. Around December, January, right? I realized that people were bringing up the topic of insurance a lot more. Like I didn't even have to start it. They would just ask me. I think at the very beginning, it was just a prospecting method. Back then, I had trouble like getting appointments. So it's really just how to like fully utilize like social media to my best advantage lah. Yeah, then subsequently it moved on to I was getting appointments, but then I wasn't converting, I wasn't closing. Yeah, so then I started to work on like my sales process and stuff like that. Actually, my page was dormant for about 4 years because I last time I didn't like using social media because of like the whole culture around it. I kind of got over that by just telling myself like now I'm going to use it for business like purposes. Yeah, so it makes it a lot clearer in my brain. So basically before I wasn't getting anything out of it. Like after I started using it, my DMs are like flooded. I'm always like constantly like connecting and talking to people. I get like passive leads from there. Yeah, like sometimes I just post my stories, can be damn random ones. And then people will say like, hey, by the way, can we meet soon? Like I want to ask you some like insurance stuff, or like I want to look into investments, but I don't know where to start, that kind of stuff. I would say one to two every 2 weeks. Conversion actually very high. Like nowadays, my appointments probably conversion is like 8 out of 10 because the people that come to me, they know what I'm like from my page, and all that I really need to do is kind of like clarify and like guide them a bit, and the closing after that very easy already. Oh, it's damn shit, damn shit. I think maybe like 4 out of 10 for war market. 4 out of 10. That's quite bad lah, I feel. And I think back then also the feeling was very very stressful because it's like I have to guess, I have to like convince them and like try to like it's really just a lot of trying to convince when the person isn't even like interested per se. So the passive part is definitely one because people come to me, they are already looking for something they are more receptive and open to whatever I have to say. Yeah, but the other part is also I revamped my entire sales process with the structures and frameworks like Ben gave. I guess having that structure kind of made things very easy for me to remember because step by step and also very easy for my prospects to follow because half the time like they very confused one. So if like I can like give them step by step, then easy for them. Okay, so in 2020, by the end of the year, I was struggling to hit QCE. I think almost hitting QCE is not bad. But the problem is that throughout the entire year, right, I was closing like 1-2 cases a month. Yeah, so and they weren't like super big cases. So cannot hit the production lah. Then my income also like suffering, But this year in like 2021, I actually managed to surpass QCE almost halfway to Star Club in September. Yeah, so I actually finished my year off like with like 4 months spare. Average income, I think last year probably about 2 a month recurring income. This year I will be finishing off bonus and everything will be finishing off with about 80 a year. Yeah, so it's a very big change. A lot more relaxed and a lot happier lah because like I was doing things that like made me happy. I don't need to every day like go out and like sian, I need to canvas again, that kind of feeling. There's a lot more enjoyment, there's a lot more lax because like I mentioned the clients that I onboarded this year and the people that I've met this year a lot more receptive, so they don't feel so guarded and I feel better about it because I don't want to make people feel uncomfortable. Yeah, I think got 2 things lah. First is because I don't think I am like that great yet. I understand I still have like a lot to learn. Like 3 years in the industry, I'm still a baby lah, honestly. Yeah, and I'm like barely like possibly now like my foundation is better, but it can be a lot better. And the other thing is also because I know and like can see that 2XYC is going to continue like growing and it's going to get like very big, and there's going to be a lot of new stuff that will be introduced to me through you guys lah. I just think it's a very good place to be growth wise and community wise. I want to say second home. Because I spend so much time here and like with the people. Honestly, I don't think I spend this much time in my agency also. It's like I know if I have any like problems or I have any questions, right? I just need to come on call. Then I can ask. It's a very like safe space. If I don't have anything to ask also, right, I can just come on and listen and like laugh a bit, you know. But yeah, I think second home is a good term lah. I think for the past year, it was a lot of unlearning and relearning. I want to say I'm almost like a completely different person. Because there are just like so many perspectives that are posed on the calls that I would have never thought of before. Yeah, and that has, I guess, shaped me in a certain way to grow in a certain way. Yeah, I really feel like I'm different somehow. Somehow.